Hey everybody, it's Mikey the Mentor. I have a update, right? So I started a master's program, MA in Leadership and Coaching at MIU, so Maharishi International University in Iowa, and we had our orientation this weekend. So this past weekend, part of the assignment is to sit with our feelings about orientation and give some feedback on, what we learned, what we've been thinking about in ourselves. And a lot of it for me has been introspective on how I relate to humor. And I use humor to mask pain, right? There was a part of one of the one-on-one coaching I volunteered as tribute, right? As one of the sample sets of like what coaching would look like in between the different students. Part of the assignments is to coach each other, bring in people that are net new to our coaching practice, and give us like 100 hours of coaching, so we can get our professional coaching certification through ICF, the International Coaching Federation. And that is the objective of the part of the course, right? That's one of the reasons I took the course, because I have apprehension around taking money from people. And I was like, I have to break through that because I can't serve as many people, or I can't serve as well without trading the value of my coaching based on what I believe it's worth, right? And that's part of what I've been sitting with. Like, why can't I take money from people? What is it? Like, I don't have a problem taking money from a job, but if it's somebody that I take on as a coaching client, right? I won't say the coaching assignment. Um, I have trouble asking for money or accepting the money, and that's like something internally that I've had to work through. I've had a coaching practice since 2021. I've helped people get tens and thousands of dollars in raises and things like that, but I just can't take money from them. And I think I just haven't set up the internal infrastructure to accept that, because a lot of it's word of mouth referrals from friends and family. And I'm like, well, I'll just give away the first coaching session for free and make sure that we're a good fit. And then it just continues to keep going. And like, I need to start small, I think. And right, like the paid coaching doesn't have to be a lot, it could be $1, right? And I'm just going to start doing that. Like, I'll just take $1 from people to do like an intake session or a pre-screen to make sure they're a good fit for my coaching style and coaching practice, and we'll go from there. But I mean, what I feel about this weekend is I was far. So I flew in from Tampa. I live in St. Petersburg, so I flew from Tampa to Iowa. I flew into Cedar Rapids. And Cedar Rapids is a nice airport. So I flew in. I took Delta because fly Delta a lot. So I went to Minnesota, and then from Minnesota, flew into Cedar Rapids, which is a small, like municipal airport. It's like a smaller um, airport, so there weren't any direct flights. There were direct flights from some of the smaller airlines, like a Frontier or Spirit. I don't really remember. And I thought about doing that, but my sister told me, if there are not enough people, they might cancel the flight, and then you're in a bad spot. So I was like, all right, well, Delta's not going to cancel on me, unlikely. So I flew that. Um, Not a bad trip. It was really tiring. I think it took a lot out of me because we're doing a lot of inner work. We did a bunch of exercises that brought out some surprising feelings in me. And a part of the coaching practice is making sure that you regulate yourself while you're coaching other people. And for the first couple sessions, we're going to do like a no reaction kind of deal where we're kind of blank and we're just listening, because we tend to give lots of social cues about like how to move forward, or things like that. And part of the opening of the practice is making sure that you're neutral, so the person continues to give you unbiased feedback. Unbiased feedback, is that the right word? Or so the person continues without your input, and they give you kind of a clear story, right? Part of our mission is to be a really clear mirror for people to be able to express themselves and work through issues that could have been lingering for years, or give them insights. So it I am like super guilty of being detracting um, historically, so I'm working on being better about that, letting people express themselves outside of the way I navigate conversation. So there's that. I think during the one-on-one coaching, or like we have something called EQ Lab. So learning our, having a practice where we're able to express ourselves and sit with that and process our feelings and process other people's feelings as we're working with them. I believe that's the point of EQ Lab, right? And just getting to the practice of being able to hold ourselves accountable emotionally while we're working with other people. During one of the sessions, the opening session, I had with the master coach and director of the program, Dr. Mike. He opened up something that I was very surprised about, right? I don't feel like I'm alone, and I don't feel really lonely. And maybe I masked that with having lots of family and friends and being really sociable. But he pointed something out that uh, I wasn't aware of that I was doing. But I tend to disarm with humor, right? And when I'm feeling agitated, and there are five emotions that we really look for, which is sadness, anger, hurt, uh, fear, and joy, right? So like if we're experiencing those things, or when they come up and where we feel them in our body, um, we work on expressing them, or regulating them so we're not affecting other people. And I think what came up for me during EQ Lab was sadness, like a deep sadness, and I felt very alone in terms of somebody that's a high performer, and it's always we get the quotes like it's lonely at the top, or it's lonely at the extra mile, which is things I often do, right? I often work until 3 or 4 in the morning. I often take on more work than I'm willing or able to do, and I'm like, I'll figure it out. And I mean, I do figure it out, but it is so taxing. Um, and I said that during the session. I was like, well, it's only at the top. And he expressed that there's a lot of joy in the work we do, and it's finding and expressing that joy. And he told me, he's like, what I want for you is to be able to find the joy in your life and in your work, and be able to express that, because that is it has a ripple effect on other people you work with. People can tell when you're happy about what you do, or you're just going through the motions, right? Like I've done it. I've experienced that with leadership that I've had in the past, and and I know when people are irritated, and then it affects me, right? It affects how I move forward, and yeah, that's what I've been sitting with, and processing that in my own life, and reflecting on what I've seen so far, based off of the weekend, and connecting with my peers in the group, right? A lot of accomplished people, a lot of smart people, a lot of like um, highly intelligent, both like mentally and emotionally. People being able to help me co-regulate and work through our feelings together, so we can better coaches for other people, better leaders. And I think that's something that's missing in a lot of leadership I've had in the past. We have this term that Dr. Mike said is like, oh, historically I've been like this. So we don't say like we the language is very important in how we express things. So like, oh, like I'm an angry person, right? Uh, I would say now, or I do say now, historically I've been an angry person, or historically I've been forgetful, or historically I overcommit. Um, and I think using that language gives me the option to change, right? Both the way I think about things and my neural patterns, right? And create a stronger emotional tie or memory to something new. So like um, that stronger tie, that stronger memory is the one that takes over, right? Like, because I'm still going to feel the full range of emotions, but I want to tie it more to joy, right? I want to tie it more towards things I want to do in my life, and not things in the past that I felt powerless in, or sad, or angry, um, or hurt. Um, like I should write them down. I should write them all down, right? And make sure that I can remember them when I come up. So it's fear, anger, hurt, sadness, joy. So I want to tie more things in my life to joy and express that joy. And that has been my primary motivator for doing the assignments and things like that. I mean, there are a lot of benefits of doing the program that I've been searching for a long time, and I'm glad right time, right place, right people is lined up for me. Things have been better at work where I'm um, not as overcommitted is probably not the word, but not as mentally taxed, right? I'm not in 2 or 3 meetings all day, right? Like at the same time, I'm not like triple, double booked. Now I'm just like booked once, which is great, right? And I've been able to delegate um a lot of my old taskings to people that have come up in the space, and now like, hey, you own this meeting now. This is your thing. Like I'm confident enough in your ability to run these kinds of things, and they're from there able to take on their own projects and things like that. So like I have, I'm very satisfied with how my team has developed over the years, and I'm very happy. I'm very proud of them, because it opens me up to do other things like go pursue a master's degree. So I become a better leader for the whole organization, and not just like my subset of 12 to 24 people. Yep. So that's how I feel. Okay. Thanks. Bye.